All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to News from the Pew. We're here.
We're late. We're here.
We're here. Be thankful. So, news has happened. We are talking about it, and everything just seems to be, spiraling out of control. Despite the fact Steve and I have been screaming about it for over a year now. All the things that we have screamed about seem to have been coming to fruition. And it's just, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know if we're going to do the show. I just want to sit on a bench and smoke a cigarette and just be like, yeah, Rick, can you believe? Yeah, yeah, this is outrageous. I know.
Dude, literally, somebody asked me that about my bud Charles Fronny. He texted me up. Is this legit? I go, yeah, I did the show on that a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I already knew about that. I told you about that actually, and you weren't listening. You were watching the game. You were watching the football game when I was telling you that. So, not that I'm mad. I'm just saying.
Let me see what it was that I was talking about. It's just because it just happened. He goes, is this real? Can you believe that? Yep. Here's the episode.
You want the long answer or the short answer? Because the short answer is just yes. Yes, I believe all of it. But at this point, Trump, although I say, we try to take credit for all the things we predict. I actually didn't. Well, no, I kind of did, but I didn't think it was going to be this blatant. The Trump and Pfizer unholy alliance has gone public. Like I didn't, there were some things that were being talked about in that regard, but the fact that Trump's just like, whatever, we're going to do it and not really care what anybody thinks, essentially. Well, it makes sense. Trump has his Trump gold card, his Trump phone. He has Trump everything. He might as well have Trump RX. It might as well be instead of Walgreens, it should be Trump Greens or Wall Trump or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that is something that has happened. People are mad at Netflix again, despite the fact that Steve, myself, my buddy Christopher Lawrence, we were just talking on X. Multiple people in Catholic media spaces have told you that Netflix is no good, right? I know all of the streaming services are bad, but Netflix is like the godfather of all of them. You can't subscribe to them. Oh, but they have. I don't care. I don't care what they have. But now, because Elon Musk said to ban it or get rid of it, now everybody's getting rid of it. Okay, that's fine. It's trendy. Great. And then we have governors actually begging the president to send the military into their cities. And of course, Memphis is now being occupied, which that might be Fallujah. I don't know. I've been to Memphis. I know it's a pretty nasty spot.
I was walking in Memphis.
You ain't walking in Memphis anymore. You are sprinting through Memphis as quickly as possible. My joke is the only way to go through Memphis is 100 miles an hour on the highway.
I was drive-bying in Memphis.
Dude, my wife worked there for a summer. It was probably the worst summer we've had. Just because
I know what you did last summer in Memphis.
Well, the police don't know what you did last summer because they ain't around.
Oh, well, the police will know now. I mean, they got all the AI cameras and all that, so they
yeah, they got all that stuff.
They might as well just come to you and say, "I know what you did this minute."
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're going to do. No, now it's I know what you're going to do next summer.
I preconceived what you're going to do soon enough, just because. But yeah, that's once again though. Don't get mad at me don't get mad at Steve and me when this. I can't believe they're enacting this precog tech against us. Melania Trump told you in a tweet she was going to do it. I think Steve's trying to.
I was getting it set up. You already talked about it, so I had to go get it.
Oh. Well, I'm just going by.
I was tardy, everyone. Sorry about the 15-minute. It's like in a class, 15 minutes. You can leave after your professor doesn't come in. I was dealing with kids. Sorry, life. I'm about half a day behind right now, guys. So
I sent Steve a message this morning because I've been in the AR-15 and I just got certified for USCCA as an AR-15 instructor. Now it was 3 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 to 6. And so when I came out, I just went to bed all 3 nights. So I didn't do any news. I haven't. Steve's like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I don't know. Just put some stuff together and we'll figure it out." Because I am behind on this week of stuff. I mean, luckily or not luckily, nothing is really breaking now. So it's all kind of the stuff that Steve and I have been talking about that's kind of just being put into practice.
I mean, we could talk about what everyone else is talking about.
I mean, I don't know.
Dun,
I'm
dun, dun,
so
dun, dun,
tired of
dun,
talking
dun.
about the Pope. I don't care. You know why? Because whatever I say, it's not going to change what Pope Leo does. So,
Dr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
Although some of the,
I called that out, and then other people start running with it.
I mean, if you're you're gonna laugh so you don't cry department, the memes have been pretty funny around it.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
it's not cool what happened, but it didn't affect me one bit today. Pretty sure I was able to pray a rosary just now without having to worry about what's going on in Rome. It's that whole line from Father Mitch Pacwa again. You're able to go through a day without worrying about what goes on in Rome. It's amazing, It's I don't know
Yeah,
how people do it. Maybe you just don't get on Twitter, I guess. And hey, we're
nope.
supposed to be outraged.
Yeah, it's easy to be it's easy to try and be outraged by it. And on the surface it's like, oh, this is so terrible and I can't believe it. But at the same time, and then there's the whole Senator Dick Durbin thing with
Yeah.
the off the cuff interview, and it's just going, I wish popes would just stay away from the media. I wish they all took a vow of silence.
Yeah, if you didn't have if it was like 80 years ago without TV and internet, you would never known that thing happened and no one would have cared. But
Because the only thing you would have read were the encyclicals.
yeah.
That's it.
But we had to lose our mind. Hey, it wasn't a great statement. Yeah, everyone knows that. It's like, oh, water is wet. Let me tweet about it. He got water is red wrong. We know he was really off. Can we go on?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have to do 38,000 videos and shows about that, live stream it, and pretty much just trash everything that's going on right now in Rome. Like, okay.
Rome
what we usually do.
Rome is Rome. It's gonna continue to spin, and it's whatever. Like I said, it doesn't. The only thing that really, Steve's dealing with in Charlotte with his bishop. The stuff that's going on with him. We just got a brand new bishop installed here in the Diocese of Austin, because the Diocese of Austin goes from a little bit below Austin all the way up to Waco, all the way up to College Station, Texas. And it's just a massive diocese. The one thing that was sad is that the newly installed bishop here got rid of the Latin masses at A&M. Mm-hmm. So, which was sad because A&M is a massive Catholic community. It's a huge community, so that was a huge loss there. So
Denver's about to get a new bishop soon. Aquila's about to give his resignation, and so we'll see. See what happens out there. No idea, but it's not like there's a bastion of TLMs out there. It's just a fraternity, and that's it, really.
Well, the fraternity's not really, it's not like the fraternity really has to worry about anything anyway. So
they could, the bishop could tell them to get out of town if they want to, but he probably won't. But he could if he wanted to.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's another day, another chance to be holier, which I failed miserably at, but at least it was an opportunity to do so. And
tune in. I'll tell you how not to be holy.
Yeah, you know what? That would probably be the most successful YouTube channel ever. Let me go through my day and show you why I am I am SOL.
We just have a camera following Rick around. Don't do what I'm about to do.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do any of this. Maybe that would work. But yeah.
Yes, the DeLoreans are in Denver. Yes. I wasn't going to bring it up, but thank you, Peter.
What are the I don't want you to get off track. I don't know who the DeLoreans are, so
Father R's Order of Exorcists.
Oh, okay.
The DeLorean's fathers.
Cool. That's why I'm so off. When people ask me, I had a buddy of mine, I respect him greatly. He's like, you should do more talks about Catholic stuff. And I went, dude, I get it, but I'm not. That's not my lane. If it's about Catholicism and guns, I'll put my toe in there because I have a little bit of knowledge on that. But outside of that, I'm not going to put my toe in any of these waters or do any of these other
things. That's why I do, if I do a Jocko thing, I'll try to do sports and religion or Jocko into Catholicism and idea, or things like that. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to do a class on Aquinas because I'm not. That's not my thing. But
Yeah.
other people are. Other people are, or that's like the news thing. I came back into church because of looking at politics and all that. So I was always a big fan of checking it out. Just wish I wasn't stupid back in the 2010s times when I was hooked on Beck and Billow and all those guys. And remember being, man, listen to Mark Levin and on the ride during my sales days, and boy, him listen, thinking everything he said was the gospel truth. Looking back, like that guy, me, I still am, but that guy was an idiot.
Yeah. No, 10 years ago, me is bad, not great. So don't need to talk about that at all. But we have a lot of people who. The crazy thing is, I feel like September was such a traumatic month for the union psyche, that they've splintered off into trying to get into these niche silos to kind of just block out everything that's going on. And so, like, with the Charlie Kirk thing, you got a lot of people talking about like Netflix and all these other kinds of things. And you have people who are focusing on like the Pope, and you have other people that are focusing on just like they're overhyping these other issues just to try and get past what happened there, and the realization of all the things you and I were talking about.
Well, funny you brought that up because I mentioned that with the guys that can't stop talking about Leo right now. Half of them can't bring up Superman theory. Like I wrote to what's his face, Poso's brother. Hey man, you're all about going after the Pope right now. When you got the spine to say anything about your boys lying about the Man of Steel theory? I mean, can we at least get some? We can't call that out because then we won't get invited to our circle. And Leo's not going to do anything. Leo's not going to keep you from going to Mar-a-Lago. Leo's not going to keep you from getting clicks. But if I say anything about those guys are lying about all these narratives, all these holes in there, then I'm not going to get around. Just like the shooter with Minnesota right off the bat. He's a lib. He's a lib. He's a lib.
Or the Dallas shooter.
The Dallas, yeah. It's just like during the Kirk thing. What was the first thing you heard in the videos? He's a lib. He's a lib. He's almost the same chant. And it comes out to be that the Minnesota guy was a MAGA guy that they had to edit out his shirt just so it could appease the narrative. And then they had to go right after, it's a war on Christianity. Time out. Mormons aren't Christians. You're insensitive for bringing up that. No, we're just trying to be precise. We're still saying it's a horrible thing that happened. We're just saying it's not a war against Christianity. That narrative that you're bringing up, totally different thing that's going on. And I guess a temple got attacked today or something like that. I was waiting.
Well,
it's a war against Christianity.
Don't forget in your area, you had a shooter from a boat into a restaurant, another vet.
Yeah, but I don't know if it weren't for me saying anything to you, like you or anybody else, that
it flew under the radar for everybody.
No one knew about it because it was just a bar on the ocean. And
what also got preempted by the Mormon thing.
That was Saturday, and the Mormon thing was Sunday. But that the narratives is a little bit more. It's like, all right, guys shooting a bar here, Mormon up here, or shoot up any kind of church. So we got to get the narrative. The narrative's up here, so we got to go after the narrative one. Forget about this thing. And because this guy had PTSD, we don't know what this guy was, but we can at least transform him. We can transition him away from MAGA to Kamala supporter just by photoshopping and editing. Look, wash my hands. Poof. Look at it. He's a diehard lip. They're both Marines. The one here, because the exact same thing happened here about 2 months ago now, when we had the guy on a boat outside down the road from us on the lake, shooting at people, shooting at the trees and things like that. PTSD. There was the bar that was not open that day, and I told my wife, I wonder what would have happened if that bar was open. Would that have been like something like that happened on the coast?
Mm-hmm.
And that guy, he was Kelly Pickler had him be her date for some kind of big CMT awards. And
yeah, but that I don't look too much into those, because those things are just like, those are paired together by public relations for the Navy and for her publicist.
Probably.
They're just like, hey, you're going to take this Marine. So, because she did a lot of USO tours. So it was probably just built into her like USO tour thing. So I don't put a lot of stock into things like that. That's like the same thing. Like, oh, look, Jeffrey Epstein took a picture with the Pope kind of deal. Those things are just incidences of opportunity.
Could
It's
be.
really more of a fact, Steve, that we have hundreds of thousands of global war on terrorists vets sitting around here in the US at this point, not who knows what's gonna trick them off. Are they MK Ultra? Are they any of these other kinds of things that or just the PTSD in general? Because we know that's a huge deal as well. And
And all they
the
do is just send them
ramifications
pills.
of stuff like that.
Yeah, and all they do is send them pills and send them out the door. And it's like, good
Yep.
luck. Yeah, thank you for being our meat going to the meat grinder. And oh yeah, you might shoot somebody, but we're not going to care about that. And yeah, we'll send out your wife a check.
Yep. Yep. Also, there is the idea of the suicide by cop theory, where some of them just they can't get jobs, they can't hold down jobs, things like that, and they're like, "Well, I'd be better off if I'm not around." And my bank, they'll get at least the insurance money, stuff like that. All these dark things that these guys run into,
Mm-hmm.
post deployment. And I'm not trying to make light of that. I'm just trying to say that, a lot of them sometimes they think that's the only way out, right? Is to do
Yeah.
these kinds of like the guy in Michigan. That guy, his daughter he had a son or a daughter that got diagnosed like 5 years ago with a really bad genetic disorder. So maybe this guy can't pay the bills or anything. So if he gets out by cop, goes into a church, gets taken out that way, then hey, let's
Hey,
pay out.
that's an easy thing to think of too, because I mean, how many people listening or anything like that have financial problems right now, or trying to make ends meet, or trying to get through the month, or have a bill come up? Oh, holy great googly moogly! How am I going to pay for this? I mean, I know guys that are pretty much $0 that have, and people know their names, and they got bills, and they're going, oh, well, shoot, I might just do collections, or I can't do anything right now. There's a lot of people in that same boat, and they don't know how to get out, and everything's getting worse and worse. And they see the elite class yucking it up and having golden tables for them, and all this stuff going on, and they're like, well, these guys are doing great. It's worse and worse. I can't even afford a loaf of bread anymore.
And the problem is you're getting gaslit into best economy, Trump's delivering on a great economy and the price of eggs is down. And people are like, where? Like, what kind of eggs are you talking about? You talking about the bargain basement eggs? Yeah, those are like $2.95. But if you want eggs that aren't going to like turn into a chicken halfway you're like cooking them, you're going to probably spend $8-9 if you don't have chickens or anything like that. Gas has not gone down. Price of food, everything is just continuing to rise, and the car industry is starting to I mean, we've been talking about the collapse, but delinquencies are going through the roof on those.
Mhm.
I think we talked about it last week. People are googling how to help with my mortgage, and these are not the people that can't afford homes. These are people that actually have the homes that can't afford them because they got zero interest on their loan. And then, when the interest rates go up or whatever, those payments, those variable rate loans, the beer prices are too dang high.
Too
They
dang
are.
high. I was thinking that lady out the rent too darn high.
Yeah. And so
It,
that's why.
I don't know if you saw this. It came out. It started yesterday. Amazon launches cheap grocery brand as value war with Walmart heats up.
That's what they have to do. I
You
mean,
know
that's
that people might like, well, what the heck does that mean? Well, if Amazon can take out Walmart, Aldi's, and all these other guys and put a monopoly on everything, people are taking advantage of the situation with people with low money. They already have the app. It's less, as this says, less than $5 for the food. You get the free delivery. What does Aldi's not have? Aldi's doesn't have delivery. Walmart does have delivery, but you got to pay the subscription for it. And some people that probably don't want to get the Walmart food. Oh, I already have Amazon. I'm already subscribed to that. They're going to have free delivery to it for as well, and I can get my groceries. They talked about this back in 2020, being able just to take over the brick and mortar places and have everything come through Amazon.
also
Literally everything. Now
Peter's
you
got it
see it.
right. Peter's got it right there. Plus, when you can't afford food and the food's $5, you don't care what's in it.
No,
You don't
you
care.
just
You
wanted
just
to
like, I
get
gotta
people
feed my
to
kids, I gotta feed myself. Oh, it's lab grown meat. Don't care. My family's hungry. If it's $5, it's $5. I'll take it.
Yeah. What's all in it? Don't know. Who cares? Just get
That's
it.
the thing we've talked about. When you control the food supply, you control the population.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Yep. And Amazon's up there with the administration too. I mean, this is all part. This is all it. Just I mean, they will wipe out Aldi and other value grocery chains.
well, they are part of Fang. They
They
are
are
part
part
of
of thing.
Fang. So they're they're not innocent, no matter how much Jeff Bezos tries to, cuddle up to Trump right now. That doesn't mean he's a conservative, or it doesn't mean he's part of the technocracy, or he's part of all of that, the whole plan, or whatever, these kinds of things. So yeah, Brian, in the ultimate irony, Amazon's going to do to Walmart what Walmart did to everybody else, which
It
goes with
probably
the
was
old
set up
saying,
that
there's always
way.
a bigger fish.
Yeah. And like in 2020 when Walmart was the only thing open, Amazon probably didn't have the capability for it. Then they had the groceries come out later when it had the Whole Foods. You can order Whole Foods stuff off Amazon, but who can afford Whole Foods? These people that are struggling for money can't afford whole food prices. They come up with their own thing. Maybe it's like Costco when they get the whole food stuff and then slap their price, slap their name tag on it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Uh, like I
So
don't know if
essentially, you're
anybody
saying
knows
like
Kirkland
Dr.
does that
Pibb
all the time.
versus Coke or whatever.
Maybe.
The
But yeah, that's there you go with the WEF style takeover of an entire industry. And what happens when it's all digital? Well, you get the digital ID come in, you get the social credit score come in. Oh, you're not allowed to pay for groceries anymore because now not only will your car not start, but even if you did get there somehow to a Walmart or whatever, a grocery store to or get some food, you can't buy anything because it's all over the app and your app is not allowing you to do something because you put a mean tweet about most favored nation the other day and you're not eating today.
That's right. We're coming up on the anniversary of the worst event in the history of humankind in 5 days. So just remember, get yourself ready for
And it's
what
Yom Kippur, so expect something to happen.
the government shut down, and Congress was not in session today because they had to observe Yom Kippur, which I read it on my show. I'm like, guys, you're not doing much to break the stereotype. If you're taking, you like Israel doesn't control the government, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, you decided to let the government be shut down one more day. Not that I care, by the way. Do we want a government shutdown? Yes. But just overall, you're like, oh well, I guess we're not gonna go back to work for Yom Kippur because like all of them are because APAC told them not to. Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mike Johnson put out a tweet, "Happy Yom Kippur Day" or something. And yeah, like I said, don't make it obvious for everybody.
Yeah, don't be so ridiculously obvious.
Well, you mentioned the Trump Pfizer thing, Trump RX. I think I got it. Do I have a thing on that right here? Oh yeah, here's our good girl Levette.
Oh,
The White House is planning to unveil a direct-to-consumer website for Americans to buy drugs dubbed Trump RX. As well, you know what's
he
funny
can't
about
help but
that?
put his name on everything, can't he?
Well, yeah, no kidding. Well, you got Obamacare, now you got Trump RX. So what,
Biden's like, what about me, man? Can I get like a wheelchair or something? Biden wheelchair.
But
I don't get
one thing
anything,
cool,
man.
one thing
Come on, man.
about that story is to buy drugs. So they're in the drug dealing business. Aren't we killing people supposedly buying, selling drug trafficking from that's the word from Venezuela? But it's okay if the government does it. Isn't there an F word that talks about government and private companies merging together, working together?
Yeah. That's not the word I was. No, that's the word. There's the first F word I thought, and I was like, oh, I don't think that's it. But then, yeah, the real F word. Yeah, I got that.
The other F word.
I'm like, there's a first F word. No, we're not talking about that. I mean, it is kind of, but we're not talking about that here. The Biden medical alert bracelet. You can get that under Obamacare.
Yeah,
I poop my pants and I don't know what to do. So yeah, Pfizer's gonna offer all their drugs to Medicaid at most favored nation prices. Very interesting term or phrase according to Axios. And it won't charge more in the US for new drugs compared to other wealthy countries. Be available through Trump RX at discounted rates, but only for patients and not insurance. So they're trying to get you off the insurance, which is weird. Pfizer was the first drug maker to join. and it's a direct-to-consumer website. It'll launch early next year.
Yeah, Pfizer's bad. Pfizer's bad. Oh, Pfizer's good.
Pfizer's awesome, man. What are you talking about? I love Pfizer now. Pfizer's like super cool. They'll directly send you a jab.
Cheerleaders do it. They go from one side to the other and be like, oh yeah, like like Gunther if he makes a Ryan Christian of Last Mega Vagabond goes if he moves a chair and makes a noise, oh, that's the greatest sound I've ever heard.
Only Trump can move a chair like that to make that type of sound. It sounds like patriots. Sounds like freedom. That's pretty much what it is. But they have to keep doing this kind of stuff. Because
and yeah, Phoebe's right. I got one already going. It's a solid one. I'm adding to it. I was up till 2:30 last night refilling some of the bottles because we go through them so much. I mean, I got the half gallons of elderberry, bilberry, and you just name it. I got it all the way down the list.
Yeah.
Just picked goldenrod. I got some goldenrod right over there from last year. I'm eventually going to do I got to do a show on goldenrod. But yeah, I've been got goldenrod in the tincture, in the Cunningham apothecary right now, and yeah, goldenrod's awesome. If you guys have it, grab some, put it in a bottle, throw some vodka on it, let it sit there for 4 to 6 weeks, and make you a tincture out of
it. Yeah, that's what do you do with it, Steve?
Oh, what do you do? I'm glad you asked. It's for seasonal allergies. So it's like some good guy came out and put something in the bag so that when you get an allergy during this time of the year, ragweed is usually it blooms at the same time like goldenrod is. You can find ragweed near goldenrod. So it's when people think that a goldenrod blooming that you're getting the sniffles if you get them. It's actually the ragweed that you're probably allergic to. And goldenrod will take care of that allergy for you. So it's like some good God put all this stuff around. Like in the beginning of the year during spring, you get dead nettle, purple dead nettle. That helps the seasonal allergies at that time. And then you go through the rest of the year and you get, I want to make ointment. And you can make an ointment with it. There's plenty of videos on how to do that. Just check out to see how you can make an ointment. It's also good for urinary tract infections. And things of that nature. UTIs. There's about 4 or 5 things that it's usually good for. The main thing is those seasonal allergies in it. But yeah, no, get some goldenrod. It's free. It's all over the place. It's beautiful too. Isn't it look good out there?
Yes, I guess so.
You don't know what it is?
I mean, I'm sure if you told me what it looks like, then I would find it.
Yeah. We interrupt this portion of Black Pill News to goldenrod.
Let's see it. Show us.
Travel ban.
One of us. Oh yeah. I think I've seen it.
See, it looks a big, tall, about 4 to 5, 6, 8 feet tall, and at the top is golden flowers. Bees love it.
Oh, okay.
So they're usually all over the place. So.
Well, that's great, folks. I'm glad we were able to, cover that portion. As an alternative to Trump RX, it's a nice way to, if you don't want to deal with Trump RX, you can easily go with Steve's Apothecary and Tire Center.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. Yeah, just don't pick it from the side of the road. Yeah,
Steve, that's not the American way. You need to patent it and put some kind of price on
it. Well, it's like all these guys, all the paid influencers have buy this pill for your liver health for like $40 a pill or whatever, a bottle or whatever it is. Yeah, dandelion, burdock root, and dandelion together. Put some vodka in it. There you go for $35. I saved you I probably saved you $2,000 right there just to make that for the whole year. Done.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're able to watch today, Sue, because we saved you money on some of this stuff. So, and it's probably a lot healthier for you than the way I go through tons of allergy medication. Because, I just do. I'm not like Steve. I'm not a hippie.
Oh, dude, you just sting a nettle all year round. That'll take care of your allergies real quick.
What?
Sting a nettle. Sting a nettle. It's called stinging nettle because if you touch it, it'll sting.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the same antihistamine type deal. That's why the dead nettle is called dead because it doesn't sting you. And stinging nettle's amazing for allergies. You can actually
Yeah.
get your hand close to it and you can feel the energy coming from the sting. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I'll sting it just to give you a little, not just a rush, but it actually helps. If you have a hurt spot, you can just touch your leg to it, or if you like a hurt ankle, and it will activate all the good stuff in that area and help clear it out. And yeah, make that a tincture and give it to our kid all the time. He's got bad allergies. He's been ever since we started doing it. He's been great.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Also, you're building up natural. You're building up the body's response to it, which is really the
Yeah,
correct way to do it.
and you can cook
Yes,
it.
I know
You don't
I
want to
know
do
my
that.
liver is terrible, but at this point in my life, I'm just gonna ride or die with it. So
He's already cashed in.
I mean,
Granted,
after my 3-day course, I woke up today and I felt I remembered body muscles that I'd long forgotten, and I was like, oh man, this is awful.
you want
I
to hear
hate
something awful? We play pickleball a lot, right? There's a park down the road, and as a pickleball, the kids love it because it's not a big tennis court, and they can do it.
it.
And I'm like, all right, great. I don't want to run all over the place anyway, so this is fine. And so my wife goes, what's wrong? Why didn't you run after that one? I goes, all right, my legs are like still rot. I can do, I don't do back squats with weight. I do sissy squats. Trust me, big difference. They
Yeah.
call it, you have to have humility to do these things, by the way, because it's literally no weight and you feel like you're trying to lift a house. No weight. Um, so it's help and all this stuff, the grounding and all that's helped my inflammation on knees, but that doesn't make my knees
Doesn't make them
normal.
stronger.
Yeah, it's still I can't do side to side like that. So sometimes I feel like it's a little wobbly. And it's just like, why'd you go after that? He goes, I'd want to be able to walk back.
I don't think the kids would really respect me if their father let out a shriek as he drops to the floor because his knee goes in a direction it's not supposed to.
I
I don't
told
want my
somebody
kids
I
to
got
see
to
that
play.
yet.
If we want to meet, she was, you want to play this? Like, we got to do doubles if we're going to play anything competitive. I'm not running back and forth like that. I'm not going gassy.
Nope, I'm a man this one spot, and if it comes near me, I'm gonna get it. But
Yeah, dude,
outside of
why don't you do old man's league baseball? The kids would love to watch it. So, let me tell you something.
that,
I'm 45 years old. I ain't pitching anymore. My arm. You remember that time when I threw that ball from the court into the other field and I didn't warm up? That hurt like Hades.
yeah,
Really? Yes, it killed.
it just healed last week. That's when it just healed
I
last
still
week.
feel it.
Yeah, it reminds me at least once a day that was not a smart idea to do.
Dude, the last time I played that, I was mid-20s. I was at the gym all the time as a trainer, and I was boxing at the same time. And I'd go up to the bar afterwards, literally after I get done the game, because our third baseman was 60 years old. And unless the ball was hit right at him, he is not getting it. So sometimes there were 6 outs. So I'd go up, I need the bartender, I put $20 down and go, make me not hurt anymore. So,
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't work anymore. It,
no,
does,
no.
it doesn't.
It wouldn't be $20 anymore either. It'd be like
No, that'd be 60, right? With inflation, or at
yeah,
least
pretty
even a
much
good
inflation.
100.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's you have that to look forward to, folks, with Trump RX. The slow takeover of every sector by either Amazon, but it's either a corporation in line with the government or it's a government. Or in the case of Trump RX, you have the unholy alliance between the two to make your life better, which is just shorthand of saying it's going to be easier for them to put the drugs down your throat because they're going to make them so cheap that why would you want to eat better or do any of these other things when you just get this pill from Pfizer and that'll lower your blood pressure or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
he is
So
the father of the jab.
he is, and he is never. In fact, he's starting to triple back down on how great it was.
How's
So
RFKJ doing? We're gonna get Pfizer now. You're working with Pfizer.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should do a RX with a Trump with Pfizer. It's bad. Pfizer's bad. Shut it. Shut it. I don't care. RFK, go get some more dyes out of the Skittles. That's what you're doing. All right. Go get the red out of the Lucky Charms. You're fine. Get out of here. I hate you so much right now. I hate you. So that's pretty much how conversation goes between the two of them.
Although that was a live shoot into the Trump administration debate system.
Believe me, I know all about headshots, Trump, so I won't mess. But there was the press conference. I think it was a Monday, the autism thing, where it's like, by the way, Tylenol makes autism. So, all the liberal idiot women, and there were some women that actually fried their liver because they were like, I don't trust the science girls who are already, jabbed 14 different ways to Sunday. They're like, I'm going to trust the science and take Tylenol, even though there's a tweet from Tylenol 5 years ago that's like, yeah, by the way, if you're pregnant, you probably shouldn't take Tylenol. Women are in the ER because their livers are fried and all these. It's like, can we just stop doing dumb stuff, people, for 10 minutes? No,
because politics is their religion, and if their team says anything, you have to, by your religion, to do the complete opposite and keep going. You got to stand your ground, or you're a heretic.
Yeah, that's the problem. You will be ostracized from your tribe if you do not stand in 100% solidarity with whatever the tribe says. Whatever the tribe says. And so whether it's most favored nation or whatever it is, and it is, you're just going to pick the side of whatever your tribe decides to tell you. And that's speaking of that, we're going to use that as a nice transition into the whole Netflix thing. So Netflix in 2017 debuted the show called Big Mouth, and it was absolutely atrocious. I remember I was on the Crusade channel when it was happening, and Mike Church was on his show and I was on my show, and we were saying you cannot support Netflix. I actually canceled my Netflix subscription in 2017 because of the show Big Mouth and the horrendous things that were being done on that. But everybody was like, oh, but they have like some conservative shows, or I really like the blah blah blah, because people, that's how they explain it away. And then Cuties came out, and then there was another round. Like, how many times does Netflix have to put out demonic crap, demonic stuff, perverted nonsense for people to get the message that they don't like you? I mean,
well, they had to wait till Elon tweeted it out because I think Ryan put a tweet out going, "What's this like what is everyone doing?" It was like the 15th time they said to cancel Netflix. What is everyone doing? Canceling and going back on, like, yeah, cancel. And then a week later,
well, no, they wait, and then they're like, "Oh, season 5 of Stranger Things. I'll watch that, and then I'll delete it."
Yeah, they get back on. How many times you guys get back on? Yeah. These boycotts do absolutely nothing, but yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean that's just and so yeah, Bricks 100%, man. Don't come on here, because a lot of people will do it for the virtue. They'll do it for the virtue signal, and then the great thing about the virtue signal on X is if you do it or don't do it, you still get the praise. You still get people being like, yeah, you're great, you do this, you do that. And then 2 weeks later, like, hey, did you catch that show on Netflix? And people go, huh? what are you talking about? So
I admit, I didn't boycott Netflix because I didn't have Netflix to begin with.
Yeah.
So I was like, I couldn't get on the virtue signaling tour because it'd be kind of hypocritical. You got to boycott Netflix. I don't have it, so you can do whatever you want.
I always told people, pick what you want to boycott, because if you're going to try and boycott everything, you would be in a pretty tough. Like I don't have Netflix, I don't drink Starbucks, but I have Amazon. So you know what I mean?
Somebody's got something. I remember people getting like the Target Riff Row. We use Target to get diapers. Well, I mean, what do you want me to do? It's the ones that are, we had sensitive butts, so it's the only place we can get the diapers from. So anybody got a problem with that?
Whatever. I mean, if it is, because everybody has something, and some of you who have completely X'd it all out of your life, good on you guys. That's
I would love to
fantastic.
take that out.
If you can do all that, you have nothing but my immense respect for you. Just don't judge me. That's all. Just don't judge me when it's like, yeah, I watched the new Dark Wolf show on Amazon. Sorry, or whatever.
Actually, we did that too, except watching on VidAngel.
Yeah, I mean, so you have at least that. Or you have some people that are just like, well, I won't subscribe to anything but Apple TV. It's like Apple TV is just as bad. Apple TV has some horrendous shows on it, and they're just as evil. They're part of Fang. Apple is a part of Fang. Yes, I'm on every Apple device known to man right now, but that's because
and it's listening in Gemini. Do you see the new Gemini?
No, but I'm sure it's awful.
It is. They got a new upgraded Gemini that could think of Alexa on roids. So it connects your door, your refrigerator, your stereo, whatever, and it'll let you know. It even says it headline. It can let you know when your kids will go to sleep. I think better because you probably have to have a camera in there. I think better be connected to the camera, not just saying it knows. Like, how do you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the Santa Claus syndrome.
Yeah.
It sees you when you're sleeping. It knows when you're awake. And I guess it knows if you've been bad or good because you were able to get into the fridge. So pee.
That was a joke. I put it on. I thought about it on Clown Plant the other day that the wife kept the pee around so I could throw it on the bananas because bananas love urine.
Okay, that's a deep cut. That's a heck of a deep cut right there. I'm kind of wishing that stayed a deep cut on that one.
Well, if you ever watched David the Good, he's a Catholic convert, by the way, too. He's really good on homesteading and growing things for the cheap. And he'll talk to you about how do you get like he has a great T-shirt, compost your enemies, and so he talks about like what do you do, how can you compost for free and things like that. So they went obviously talked about urine is great and you can dilute it and things like that because the nitrogen levels are really high. But he goes, well, and he starts up because they even tried using their own feces for a year to see how everything went. And obviously, if you just put it underneath the ground, and they just a killer garden from it afterwards. But he goes, it's just weird because no one is used to, going into like a bucket and then bringing it out to throw it in the backyard. And he goes, yeah, we're living in a neighborhood. People probably started asking questions.
Eventually, I mean, you will have that one neighbor that will be kind of like, hey, that's a little strange. What you doing there? And once the neighbor shows up, it's over.
Howdy ho, neighbor.
Howdy ho, neighborino. Is that a urine?
Yeah, he's a confer. He's great. We've emailed back and forth a couple times, and I actually got a couple plants in the back because of his recommendations. They're like a little potato thing that makes hash brown type potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing. The problem is it's getting a little cooler now, so I don't know how much more it's gonna
Well,
grow.
it's not cooler here, bud. So you can, if you want to bring them down here for a little bit longer, because it'll be a gazillion degrees until January, and then it'll be cold for 3 weeks, and then
It's
it'll be a
climate change, man. We're supposed to be hit by hurricanes all the time. We haven't had one yet. We had a whole outskirts of one.
Maybe you guys get a year off after last year.
People were worrying that Imelda was going to really do a number for everybody. They even barely got any rain from it.
Yeah, but hey, I saw the videos on X of these houses falling into the ocean because
the ones on the coast of the Outer Banks. Which, if anybody knows the Outer Banks are there to protect the mainland from the waves from any kind of storms out there. You have to be out of your doggone mind to put a house.
So I saw the storm come in and I went, you know what? This would be a great place for a house. This would be an
if you would put
excellent
it on
place
the
for a house.
coast of North Carolina, the other side, so that the Outer Banks is here and you're here and you don't see the Outer Banks, but you have the house right there, you'd be fine. But you're now the Outer Banks of the Outer Banks. You're not going to win.
No, that's why it's kind of like putting a house in the middle of the Louisiana swamp. You just don't do it. That's what it's there. It's there to stop. That, by the way, was it last week? It was last Friday on Tim Pool's The Culture War. They had the CEO of the ray manipulation. They had him on the Culture War, and one of the guys, like the guy named Shane Cashman, just absolutely ripped into him for like 10 minutes about how he was a ghoul and he was all these other kinds of things for manipulating the weather and all these other kinds of stuff. So it was kind of funny since we're talking about,
Yeah, they had a house. They had a big thing with MTG last week, and then another one. Was it this week? They had another one because I have a video of one of the congressmen asking, "Is which is it? Is what you're spraying poison or I can't remember the exact wording, but he went direct. Is this dangerous or not?"
Yeah. Well, the
So
thing
yeah,
is with the silver nitrate, they have no idea. Like
no,
they like we don't know. We don't have long enough studies to tell us if it's bad or not. Which is a
yeah,
good thing to hear, I guess, right? That makes us feel all warm and fuzzy. Well, it's not
yeah.
bad enough yet.
Don't worry, it will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually it'll be bad. But yeah,
It could have
Elon
been my
had
theory about the whole why is everybody's crops sucking this past year is because all the cloud seeding going on or the chemtrails. Was that having any effect on the plants underneath? I mean, there's people that you measure the soil and they see that the metals are in there. So I don't know. That what could be, could maybe not. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it's also the fact that when you manipulate it and you put more water in areas, there's a reason that area's in a drought for whatever the weather patterns have it for that reason. You
Mm-hmm.
try to artificially do it, you're messing with the ecosystem. Well, we're putting more water into the ground, and that should help it. Well, I mean, if maybe the plant life isn't there, all these other things. It's actually a pretty interesting story. Real quick side quest. I might have talked about this before. If I did, I'll make it quick. I was on just flipping around on YouTube, and there was a story out in like Nevada where there were patches of just dry desert, hadn't seen water in years. And somebody read an article about like, and somebody came up with a hypothesis of what if we introduce a bunch of beavers into like smaller areas? Turns out that if you introduce beavers into an environment, you'll actually get water back into it because of the natural dam building. So when the little rain that does come in, it actually they naturally dam it up, and it actually you'll see little patches of green in these desert areas, and they can pinpoint to where they actually released these beavers back into the wild because that's how the natural irrigation followed. So it
Yeah.
was actually I think I did talk about this before. That's how much of an impact it made him. I mean, this is crazy. Like God actually designed a way to, bring water back to the area. He has his own animals and creatures that, can do it. You don't need the cloud seed and all this other kind of nonsense.
Who knew?
Right. Yeah. Well, God, but
I was like to
outside of
say,
that,
you got that's what Father Kutzer, Austrian priest, talked about the herbs in the back that grow, and they said some good God decided to put all this in our backyards, and we spray it with cancer-causing stuff just to kill it, just so that we can have a pretty green yard that does absolutely nothing for you and you can't eat.
yep. God put all this in the ground, and we decided to go to McDonald's.
pretty, pretty much it.
Guilty, but anyway, I'm just saying in that regard. But yes, to bring it back around to kind of close this segment once again, Catholic conservatives are slow to the ball, just playing reactive. They talk a big game. Nothing will happen to Netflix. Netflix will still be the giant in the room. They still get a bunch of money from all these other people. And anybody who quits, half the people that quit, Steve, will go back within 6 months. They'll have a you know why they'll go back, Steve? Because the NFL is on Netflix and
Is
they
it
don't want to
really?
miss the Christmas games on Netflix.
Really,
So
it's on Netflix?
yeah, Netflix paid the NFL, so they do like the Christmas Day games now.
No kidding.
Yep. Like
Uh,
that's how the NFL is doing. They're trying to try to reaching different, like they have some games on Peacock, then they'll
yeah,
have some games on, but Netflix actually has a couple. They signed a deal to do some, not
yeah,
a lot of them, but like the big time events like the Christmas Day games.
yeah. It's kind of like going back to the boycott. Stop watching NFL. See, it was easy for me. My team went from awesome to literally terrifying, but terrifyingly bad real quick. And I haven't watched the game in years because it's just why would I waste my time with that? So it's an easy to boycott. Oh yeah, I'll boycott it too. Yeah, because they're awful. So
Yeah, the Patriots are terrible. I don't care. I also I also don't care. Like I said, I'm into stock car racing right now, so that's my time passer if I want to have something on in the background. So I like circles. It's easy for me to follow. Which way they go? They went left. Where are they? They're in the big oval. I can't miss them. I can't miss them.
Hey, can we catch a tire today? Like a foul ball?
I will say real quick, in the last race, some dude actually like rode the wall for like half the track. It was awesome. Anyway, but yeah, people, they'll go back to Netflix because the NFL's on there and whatever pop culture thing is on there. So like Brick said, if you're gonna just cancel it, just cancel it. Like Steve said, don't go to X and be like, I proclaim today, October 2nd, that I am now leaving Netflix. I have a buddy of mine.
Who's coming with me?
I have my buddy Tradcath on Instagram. One of the people that follow him, they're like, I don't like your content, I'm leaving. He's like, this is an airport. This is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. So you can just leave. You can just go. You don't have to tell me you're leaving.
They want to tell you. They think that's going to do something for it. It's like when people get up bust my chops about using AI.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, stop doing that. I go, well, let me tell you something. How YouTube's working right now. They're all in on AI. You have to have AI or you're not getting promoted. I am not stopping with the AI thumbnails. Tough. That's how the game's being played right now. If you want to be able to see it and watch it later, and we use this to bring more people in, we got to do that. So that's how we're doing it. So.
I use the AI to generate every YouTube description. And that's how I actually saw an upgrade. I was like, write it out in a way that the algorithm likes. Sure. Okay, perfect.
I got something. You saw the notebook LM thing that I started putting up, and people were like, hey, "This is amazing." And one guy, he runs a show. He's like, "Man, this is great. Can I play it?" I go, "Just let you know because I'm your friend. I just want to let you know that's all AI. That's no human being involved." What?
Yeah. Don't be mad. Whatever.
No, he wasn't mad. He was just wow. Like, yes, it's that good.
Yeah.
And so if I can't find the author to do an interview with and they're dead, I guess that's the best way I can get a interview on that book is by having Skynet do it for me. I know. By the way, the T-1000 is the villain in Tulsa King. If anybody watches Tulsa King.
Oh yeah, Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick's awesome. It's great to see. I do like Tulsa King because I guess Stallone is as conservative as it gets. So he just collects all the conservative actors that have been getting like booted out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, guys, come here. You gotta be my show. Yeah, come on, be over here. We'll be in the gangster movie. Yeah, go. And so you got like Neil, the Catholic guy who's on all the Angel movies. He actually popped up last season. Which the crazy thing is they're all like really good. They're all really solid, good actors. Just can't find a job because they just don't want to, for one reason or another, they're getting booted out of different projects. And he's just like, I got you. Go Most of them can understand him. That's why they go there. They're like, oh yeah, I got just yeah, that's fine. That's cool. I can understand what you're saying.
Gangster in Tulsa. Yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah. How much is it? how much you pay me? Done.
I'll tell you, we do everything on VidAngel. So I know it's bad with some of the stuff in it, but it edits out all that stuff. So I don't even know or see it. So
Tulsa King's actually been pretty mild when compared to any new streaming show. There's a couple things here and there that were definitely worthy of VidAngel, but overall, like not compared to some of the other stuff, it's actually leaps and bounds better. So reason and theology isn't no, not that one. No, not that one. He's too busy fighting with other people or whatever. He's too busy influencing at the Vatican to go to go.
Fighting.
Speaking of, oh yeah,
we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military.
So I guess we're done with the sandbox in other countries. We're just going to use our own country as a sandbox now.
It's cheaper. You don't have to fly them anywhere. We can just blow up our own places and just get around,
I mean, let's be real. If you blew up half of Memphis, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference right now. So
was it Austin Powers about nuking the moon? Would you miss it? So fire somebody going around. If we nuke Detroit,
half of Detroit's gone already because all the houses are all empty, right? Half of the city has been razed, because it's downtown, and then there's that part, and then like the suburbs and everything, that all the white flight that left it, there were all these homes that were breaking down, dilapidated, all this other kind of stuff. So the city's like, yeah, we're just gonna raise all of them. So if you look at an actual overhead of the actual proper Detroit, there's downtown and a little bit around it, and then the rest of it's just like open field because nobody lives there. And I get it because it's terrible. Yes. It's awful. It's not a great place to live. But that's okay. Trump's like, we're just going to invade. You know what? If you're going to take, hey, you can invade every U.S. city if you're going to take all the troops from all around the world and bring them home and, occupy Detroit and Baltimore and Memphis, whatever. Better than doing the work of the most favored nation.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just obviously you go with the violation of posse, but they don't care anymore, and it's just
there's no. You're silly. What are you talking posse commiamas? Whatever, man. Nobody even speaks Latin.
Yeah, I mean that too. But I mean, for real. I mean, where's the MAGA people for that going? Wait a minute. He just said he's going to go to war.
They're supporting it, bro. they're all in. They're all in cheerleading it. They think it's the greatest thing in the world because we're going to clean up these cities.
You see the Trump 2028 hats?
You know what? Whatever. Just fine. Let Trump do 2028. If I don't have to worry about elections anymore, I don't care.
Well, they were saying that somebody came out. I think Johnson said his health's not doing too good. So we're on the pace for our NFP prediction.
Yeah,
going to be around for a year, maybe a year and a half, two at the most, and then you'll have JD Thiel for the rest of the time. He ain't making it 2020. He's not doing. He probably ain't doing so high right now. Or he's just saying some really off the wall things.
Yeah, he's getting tired of it. He won. He got his vindication by being reinstalled, so he got that. So his pride's there. So he's going to be number 47. Probably after the midterms, if there's a favorable outcome in the midterms, I could easily see him, stepping down. JD's going to take over, blah, 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 blah. I trust him, yada, yada, yada. And, that'll be it. President BBL, can't wait. She's waiting in the wings. She announced, we didn't talk about it here. She announced that she's running for some kind of upgrade in 2028. A lot of people think it's presidential. I think she's going after Chuck Schumer's seat because,
upgrade.
They're going to upgrade her because Schumer is just he's at the end of his. They need some fresh blood in there.
I just love the idiocracy lines just in case. Upgrade.
Yeah, 100%. I saw that meme too. It was like, sorry for bombing all those places in Qatar. By the way, can we get some of that military stuff now, please? That'd be really fun if you could do that for us. That'd be like super great if you could. But yeah, that's definitely, it's not a shock. Trump told people they were going to do it. The initial outcry came out, and then, people just said, shut up and get on board. Like we said in an earlier part of the show, you have to be loyal to the tribe. So if Trump says he's going to invade every city, if you don't think that, you're called a panic-in. You're not on board with Trump, yada, 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 and all this other crap. And it's like, fine, I don't care. I don't need to be affiliated with Trump. I don't need that in my life. I don't need to worry about.
I wonder what the breaking point is, because when Ghislaine gets freedom, when she gets exonerated and let go, I wonder what they'll do after that.
That's going to be a tough one. It's
looking more and more.
She's already in the work camp in Texas.
Yeah, she's
halfway out the door.
Massage isn't half that right now.
She's halfway out the door, man. And plus, you have the Democrats released their version of the Epstein documents for Steve Bannon, Elon Musk, and a third person were all Peter Thiel, yeah. Elon Musk, and Steve Bannon they all met with Epstein at one point, and it's like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm not shocked that they all met with him. And I don't care. I mean, the reason why I'm so flippant with it, folks, is because I know nothing's going to happen with it.
Yeah,
I know nothing's going to happen with it.
Nothing happens.
Yep, nothing's going to happen with it. You were sold a bill of goods. Law Bunny Bondi isn't going to do anything. Cash Valhalla Patel is not going to do anything. They're all just going to kind of, circle around and pretend like they're doing things and just waiting out the clock so they can go back to their, so Pam Bondi can host a show on Fox and Cash Patel can go back to the podcasting world. And, because they're all getting pensions after this administration. They've served long enough that they'll all get pensions or whatever the case may be. And it's all big fundraising scam or they're all laundering money, which is why I love the government shutdown. You're like, oh, thousands of employees are going to be fired. It's got to be hundreds of thousands because
it's not enough.
Half of them don't even need the jobs that they have. It's just a jobs program.
Yeah. Sorry if that sounds insensitive. Well, I hate anybody losing their job, but when it comes to the federal government, it needs to be 100% let go rate. Never return, never reopen.
I'll be even more inconsiderate. I think a lot of the people that actually work for the federal government could be accused of practicing usury because they're not contributing anything and they're just taking a paycheck.
Yeah, it's pretty much robbing everyone for their money for it.
Yeah, they're getting pensions, they're getting cushy jobs. Oh, I haven't gotten paid in 3 weeks because of the shutdown. When the government opens back up, you're gonna get backdated all of your pay, and you're gonna be fine. If you're the one who's not stupid enough to save your money, like I tell teachers, oh, I'm so broke. Nobody put a gun to your head to be a teacher. If you're a government employee, there is a risk that there could be a shutdown at some point. So you should have enough money for 2 months to get through all of your stuff. That's your fault. That's not my fault. A lot of people get fired. They don't get the opportunity 3 months later to get their job back with all the pay they missed.
And don't worry, the military is not shutting down. All the other guys, the Fed's not shutting down. The places that really do work on us, they're not shutting down. It's just the other guys, which they'll use as a little bleeding heart thing. Oh, look how bad these people are. You got little Miss Muffet over there that got
TSA. Like TSA gets shut down. Yeah. I remember last time the government shut down under Trump, they had this TSA where agent has, hey man, I can't believe I don't, I'm just trying to provide for give me a break. You'll be fine. You could go find a part-time job for something else, go be a Walmart greeter for 3 weeks. I don't know. Just
I'd rather be that than a TSA, kind of like a traitor in a sense.
Yeah. If you're going to do that. But the fact of the matter is, most government work is just usury because it's a job for a job's sake. We need to have this many people, blah, 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 blah. You have the assistant to the assistant secretary, right? This person's one job is to come in the morning and make the bagels and get the bagels and make coffee.
Well, people get upset that Trump goes out golfing. Like, oh, we should golf all day, every day. Forget about it. I don't care. What's he do? He's not doing anything. What are you supposed to want him to do? You make him out to be like daddy, which makes DC is your daddy. DC, you have to live with DC. People act like they can't live without DC. Oh my God. The federal government's not there to help me live today. We got problems if that's the mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And many of these people exist to make your life miserable. Many of these jobs, people, oh, you want to put a pond there? Oh, I'm sorry, that pond, you can't because of the downstream of whatever. What are you talking about? There's no, or you can't like do this, or your property is not zoned correctly. So all of these things we put together, sorry, you're gonna have to rip that down or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, well, and that's another thing with the, when people say, who you afraid of most? Al Qaeda or, these terrorists over here, these terrorizing terrorists, or name your group, Antifa, whatever. No, let's go with DC. Let's go with the federal government. None of those guys have done anything to me. DC does everything to you every day, every hour, every minute of your day. But yeah, they get away. They're like, okay, that's okay. They can rob me and throw me in jail and whatever they want because they're the guys in charge. They're making me safe.
Yeah. And don't worry, if you think nobody loves you or cares about you, miss your taxes this year. You'll find out people actually do. They know who you are and they know where you live. Somebody cares about you. If you nobody knows who I am, don't pay your taxes this year. You'll find out a lot of people know who you are.
They'll know exactly. They'll come in and say hi.
Your dog might not make it too after that, but it's just. And of course, as people are saying in our chat, a lot of the government programs or whatever exist to you know, degrade society. They promote things that are not within the good, true, and beautiful. I mean, like half of the FBI is just overweight women. We think of the FBI as this elite fighting force, and then you look them come off the truck, you're like, good golly, are you the shield? Like, what are you doing here? And there was this picture of this Secret Service woman. She was just sitting there, hair all out, nails, all this other kind of stuff. She's got her hands on her hips with her gun slung, and like Secret Service guys underneath the poster, like, nope, she's got to have her hair's got to be up because somebody could pull it back. Like, she's not supposed to be there. She's not supposed to be there, but she's there because the government wants to promote a certain narrative. And so that's also not great for morale or for any of these other kinds of things. And I see Phoebe's husband deals with men that like to cross over. And it's just like, if you're a dude and you can't tell these people, yeah, you're deranged, you can't do that, because the government's like, you have to do that. You have to accept these people for who they are. And it's like, no, but they don't even accept who she is, who they are. So it's like, it's just,
dude looks like a lady. Dude.
You're right. Exactly. See if I can find this chick. All right, here's this chica. This was going all around the X files. Let me see. Where's my share screen? I haven't used this platform in so long. So this girl was they're like, yep, hair's out, shouldn't have that out, could get it pulled, hands all over the place, should be on the rifle at all times. She's wearing her jewelry, she's got all this other kind of stuff, and she's pretty nonchalant. This is not the
There's no way that Secret Service, right? I mean, they don't have a name tag.
That's well, for some of the outward facing ones, the ones that are not around the president, they'll actually do that just so they can identify themselves from NYPD or all the other ones. Like, she's guarding one of the gates at the UN. So that's when Trump went there. So, and she's guarding the gate. I'm pretty sure if 5 guys rolled up on that, she's gonna drop a log and run away. But she was given the red carpet to go right in, and it's just really not. I don't like it, and so I like government shutdowns. They make me happy.
Yeah. The sun was shinier today because of it, I thought.
Huh?
The sun was shining a little bit brighter because
of
it.
Yeah. That's less chemtrails.
Yes.
Government wasn't able to put up as many chemtrails today, so it was actually much nicer than that. So it works.
So if she's not it, who would be your crime room if that's not her?
Oh, okay. We're going right to crime room. Okay. I see you, Steve. Let's see. My crime room. I think I have one ready to roll here. I try to save them during the week so I can remember them. Let's see. He's around. Give me 2 seconds. I can find him. No, not him. Daggone it. Let's see. Man, where is he? Let me see if I can type this in here.
How dare you?
Here he is. This dude. This dude is my shush. I don't know what you did, but shush. This is my cry room. Is this
that dude? Yeah,
little nerd. This little nerd who's like, I'm on my buddy's private plane as I start my 10 college tour. And it's like, you're 20 years old. What are you going to talk about?
Well,
the Zit cream that you were using 2 weeks ago. Like, they're so desperate to do this. They're trying to go back to the country club loser mentality. And this skinny little, toothpick is going to be like, all right, guys. His daddy builds Section 8 housing, which is why he's a millionaire. So forget that, dude. he's my cry room. He's a loser, fine. My Saints of the Week here in actually something good out of Minnesota. You had 100 farmers show up to help one of their own after a serious medical diagnosis. This gentleman, Mark Holy, was diagnosed with ALS and he wasn't able to get his crops. So you had 400 farmers, show up, help him out, get his crops done so they, he can actually sell them and help out for that year. So a little bit of good in the world, right? You had some people, neighbors stepping out, as Steve and I like to say, neighbors helping neighbors, local. So, Saint of the Week are all the farmers that were helping out Mark Holy here, getting his stuff done and trying to, help one of their own. So that's my my Saint of the Week.
That's funny you brought up that one dude. He's the Kirk replacement, and he is a Zionist of Zionists, which goes back to the idea.
He doesn't just touch the wall. He's Spider-Man jumps on it. And
yeah. He's all in. He's saying all the things that CK was saying, and he's more the most favored nation. So yeah, it is kind of interesting. Even Fuentes is starting to get on going. I don't know. Maybe I don't even know what's going. I want to see some smearing cries, which I even told my wife that. I go, do you have that kind of makeup? If you cry, you look like you get ugly eyes, and somebody just got a head blown off, and that's some good mascara right there. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. There's everything's still. I would put money that kid. I could get that kid off death row. I think with all the holes and everything, all you gotta do is just get some reasonable doubt. I can come up with some reasonable doubt on what went that. I don't know who did it, who pulled the trigger, but ain't that 22-year-old kid. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't take life, and this was my thing with Nick for a long time. People are like, oh, you listen to Nick Fuentes? Like, the kid's 20 years younger than I am. What am I going to get from him? But but hey, who am I? The guy gets 300,000 views on his Rumble. I get like 200, so he's probably doing.
Yeah, I haven't never listened to a whole show. I saw that clip.
I hear clips all over the place. I'm like, that's fine, but
yeah, I do know he cusses well. And so, hey, those guys, that attracts those kids. I could have done that 20 years ago in college. That's the way we talked, but can't do that right now. And you don't get you have to be a shock jock in the sense, which he's going for. And I guess, I don't know what else he talks about, but I do know that I've heard that part. It's like, he's Catholic. I hear he cusses all the time.
Well, let's not hold that up because this guy over here has a problem with that. So I hope that's not like the barrier.
I know you drop when it was loft. I know other guys that run even bigger sites that do it too, and they're good guys. But you're not hearing record dropping F-bombs as commas.
Yeah.
You're not going up say, hey, well, Christ is king, blankety, 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 blank. I'm like, woo, okay, hold on.
Christ is king, MFR.
yeah. That's kind of. We all should be better, but that's a different level.
Yes, that's mine. Your turn, Steve.
I'm gonna go with the crime room of most favored nation paying influencers $7,000 per post.
Where does this money come from? I would absolutely sell out for this. Like, I always hear about these people making money from like Sodagate and all these. Why not me? Why not me? Golly, man.
I didn't see the Brandon Tatum one. He sold out for a bucket of chicken wings.
I would. At this point, you know how much chicken is? I'd absolutely do it.
Yeah, no, there's like they had some kind of meeting with like 17 of these guys. They had a list of all the people on there. Even Jack was on there apparently. But yeah, there's $7,000 per post. And they're posting all over the place. I don't know who they keep up with it. It's like a write-off or whatever they do. The cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yep.
But my saint of the week, I'll go with all the guys staying behind because they were civilians in Gaza City have last opportunity to leave. I think DC said they will be treated as terrorists. And as Dave the Camp of Antiwar.com comes in and says, here's the altar boys at Holy Family Catholic Church in Gaza City today. Some of the people Israel is laboring as terrorists and who they're going to treat as terrorists after, which you're going to have Catholics jumping up and down about them going in and blowing up the church probably, and maybe throwing these guys in jail until they're 45. They're upset, because they talk about they got rid of the hostages from October 7th. There's people in Israeli jails that've been there for 30 years and thousands of them.
Yep. Well, when we talk about, those are real martyrs in real time. If you think about it, they're going to go to jail for simply existing. And
you got Mothers of Charity. They're still out there. The priests aren't there. Cardinal Pizzabelli, he's not going anywhere. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the IDF does to them out there. Really,
yeah.
it really takes. You want to talk about grinding gears? Where's these cheerleaders out on this stuff? And the ones that go Christ is King, and oh well, we're not going to worry about the most favored nation, killing our own boys. But
yep, yeah, it is what it is in that regard, man. And yeah, it's kind of tiring to see the same things over and over again. Yeah, Bree's got a nice apartment in the Vatican City, and you know what? The Daily Wire pays for it, and so it's in human nature. It's hard. It's hard. I get why it's hard to turn down that, because you think you can do greater good, like the Matt Walsh, and they feel like it's better to do that than not. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for this episode of News from the Pew. Please like, subscribe, and share the News from the Pew, Doom Patrol, as we nickname it on the street. We'll talk to you all next week, and God bless, and Viva Cristo Rey. Bye!